Welcome to Politics Done Right, live from, where again? Netroots Nation 2022. And I'm here, actually I'm honored to be here with Esther Charlestin because Esther has done something that actually quite impressed me. Esther, tell us a little about yourself and welcome to Politics Done Right.
Oh, it's an honor to be here. So yes, I moved to Vermont 3 years ago and ran for political office, and I was top vote getter. So I am a Middlebury Select Board member. And what that means is my town, we don't have a mayor.
Right.
We have 7 people who are elected and make decisions for the town.
Right.
I am one of the 7.
And I tell you what, and I'm very frank with my audience.
Yeah.
And all of the time they know me. I have a very diverse audience, and we talk about Vermont and we talk about America and all of that. And I was just so impressed to see that in such a very white state that is not at all diverse, that someone like yourself can go into that state and because of who you are, win an election. I think that is something that needs to be taught. And one of the reasons I wanted you on as soon as you told me that story, I am serious. It is we have to teach everyone how to adapt to an environment where they can actually be their better selves and perform.
Yes.
Talk to me.
So I just always had the intention to make someplace home and to be an active member of my community.
Right.
I have 2 children, and I was like, wherever I call home, I will make sure that I'm a part of it.
Right.
So I sought out opportunities to be a part. So I did that by joining a church, by meeting different people. And then it was a friend of mine that told me, hey, we have the select board. I said, select what? I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, why don't you consider running? And I said, absolutely. And I wasn't afraid to lose.
Right.
I wasn't afraid to have the answer be no. And I put my heart and soul into it, and the answer was a resounding yes.
And I understand that you were the top vote getter.
Yes, this past March, I was the top vote getter.
Now, how did you feel after doing that in Vermont? Honestly, I was so proud. I was proud because I thought about how hard my parents worked. They are Haitian immigrants, came here looking for a better life. And I thought about my ancestors, my family values, and how I can make a difference. Right.
We can make a difference if we want to.
I think it's important. We have to understand the problems that we know our hue creates. But at the same time, we should never make our hue be an impediment to moving forward. That's what I saw when you came and said, hey, this is what I did. And it was like, wow. So, first of all, thank you for that. Now, tell me a little bit about what would you tell others that they should do, to get, not to forget how things are, but how to make how things will be.
Yes. One, I think it's important to do the work in yourself. This is hard. Putting yourself out there is hard. Being secure in who you are, what you're about is so important. And knowing that there's hope. Believing that there's hope even if it doesn't seem like it. Because if I were to tell a friend of mine, I'm moving to Vermont and I'm going to run for political office in 3 years, they would look at me and say I'm crazy.
I'm a political guy. I would look at you and tell you you're crazy.
But I said, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to honestly talk to people about my experiences, listen to their experiences, and be there. Meet people where they are. And because I did that, I met people where they were, and they heard me, and they said, you know what? I want you to speak on our behalf. And I said yes.
I was just kidding because I live in a very, very red Texas, in a very red area of Houston. So no, I believe exactly what you just said. I was playing when I said I would have said you're crazy. What I would have told you is go get them.
Yes,
okay, that's what I would. I really and seeing you go get them, and I don't mean go get them in a negative form. I mean go get them in a positive form, in that I'm going to go do what I need to do for my community.
Yes.
And people, and generally speaking, I think people see that. And I think because they saw that is the reason why you were elected. I honestly think the reason they see that is the reason you were elected. So give me a closing statement.
I'm going to run and be a governor of Vermont, so don't forget that.
Well, I said a closing statement because there's one other question after that.
Okay.
And it goes like this. What would you have liked me to ask you that I didn't? It's always one that knocks people. So, I mean, don't feel too badly that you had to pause for a while.
No, not at all. I think my why.
What's your why?
My children.
Great.
Knowing that I can be a part of something bigger and set up generations that come after me.
Esther Charlestin, thank you so kindly for a wonderful interview. And keep up the good work, Governor Charlestin. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.